All right, guys, World Cup. Red Alert 2 World Cup action coming at you here. So we are in the Yuri's Revenge division. So this is not Blitz. Obviously, you guys can tell this is not Blitz. Not Blitz. We got Latov, the Deso King in yellow on the top right, facing off versus Tim in red in the bottom left. So yeah, for those of you guys who don't know Tim, Tim's a top level player. He's hanging and banging with the best of them in traditional Yuri's Revenge. We don't see him a lot in Blitz. He's also, like talked about, he's not a name that players know as much. But you know, like I said, he did get a nice win against Legend very recently. So definitely a top level player. And also, an important thing to note here is that Latov is a Red Alert 2 player. I know a lot of you guys who don't play the game much, you don't realize kind of how different it is, but yeah, Yuri's Revenge and Red Alert 2 are very different. There's a lot of players who won't play one over the other. It's not just the Yuri faction. There's a lot of subtleties that are different as well. And make sure we're not getting any lag here. Okay, it's looking pretty smooth. So Latov, look, Latov's trying to build a wall around his MCV. Tim's blocking it with his dog. That's hilarious. So here's the bracket, you guys. Whoops. Wrong button. Here's the bracket. So the bracket is Tim versus Latov here. Winner of this goes on to play Marco. Again, guys, this is the Yuri's Revenge bracket. We also have a Blitz bracket for the World Cup here. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. It was fun to get some new players in here. A lot of players don't really, traditional guys, they don't like Blitz. So, wait, what? Latov's building an engineer. It's multi-NG's on right now. Multi-NG's on. Is Latov messing with him? He's going to hope that Tim undeploys. Literally multi-engineer. So multi-engineer, guys, it takes 3 engineers to take a building. So this is just like a total bluff right now. I mean, he had the drone in there as well. I thought he was going to go to the MCV, try to get him to unpack it. That's hilarious. So multi-NG, guys, you do have to have 3 engineers. A building has to be in red health to get to take it over. So when you send an engineer in, basically it takes 25% health. If you send 3 engineers in, it'll take over the building. Ultimately, though, the building has to be on red health for the engineer to get in and take it over with multi-engineer on. Yeah, you know how it goes with these guys. A lot of times they don't read the rules. So anyway, Latov bolstering a nice economy here on the back end. You guys look at these pro moves, you Blitz players who don't appreciate this as much. Look how the refineries are right on the ore and the gems. Just trying to minimize the travel time, maximize the economy here. Another refinery off that patch, very nice. We see Tim, a nice little stretch here as well, getting down to the bottom patch. Now out with GIs. GIs, 4 NGs, yeah, maybe it takes 4 NGs to take a building. Basically, with multi-engineer on, you can't NG buildings. I like that setting because I think engineer rushing is pretty lame. So GIs and GGIs to hold here, but now going to bolster up the BF. Trying to defend this patch, bottom side, 2 Grizzlies versus 2 Rhinos, not a great choice down there. BF getting loaded out very early now. We are at the 3.5 minute mark for Tim, and the BFs are loaded. Okay, so Rhino's trying to harass a little bit here. Ooh, so he chronos that miner away. Nice micro to save that miner. Pillbox out and the BF, so now the Rhino's on the run here. So, Latov, yeah, opening here. Latov not able to get too much done. Wasn't able to get a miner, I don't think. So, now we do have a very early look at this Chronosphere Battle Lab. Yeah, very, very nice. And these BFs, yeah, needs to be a little bit careful. See what Latov tries to do here. He's got to serve his depot out. Another flat... Is this another flak track? Is there another engineer on the top side? Papa Ed, break this one down for us. Why is Latov using engineers when multi-NG's on? Someone break that one down for me. 3 BFs now ready to rock and roll. Yeah, it should be enough to pick on these Rhinos. So BFs, oh, nice, pretty nice. Good job smothering those BFs from those Rhinos there. The BFs, we don't see them a lot in Blitz. Yeah, I lost track of that flag track actually. Oh, here it is. So in Blitz, we don't see a lot of the BFs. BFs need to have some room to roam. Ultimately, that's the thing for the BFs. So in traditional, BFs are really, really strong. They can get in the open field and kind of run away while the GGIs pound away on the Rhinos. Don't see them a lot in Blitz, except from Snark. Battle Lab Tech now from Latov. Nuclear Reactor out as well. Yeah, so the Chrono... will he Chrono? Yeah, so the Chronosphere with the BFs is scary. Now, the question is, will he bring the MCV with it? Hopefully we get to see that. That's always a fun, dynamic move to see pulled off at the top level. Chronosphere ready. Let's see if he unpacks the MCV, takes it with him here. Iron Curtain out. A couple of guys got a little bit of time on the Iron Curtain. We'll see if Tim can get some value with this BF. He's going to bring some repair NG IFVs with him. Rhino's coming in on the bottom side, so he's going to try to pull these BFs out of position. The Chronosphere, you know, there's something to be choreographed there. You got to get everyone together and then blast it off kind of just perfectly. So a little hit and run from Latov here to try to slow down that Chronosphere, throw him out of position is always nice. Marco in the house. All right. Marco the GOAT in here. Just you know, winner of this does play Marco, so Marco needs to be studying. Oh my God, the Crazy Ivan! Oh my God, the Crazy Ivan doing work. He force shields the Chronosphere, which will evict the Crazy Ivan bomb. But that Crazy Ivan does get some damage done. I got distracted. Marco was in the chat. I got nervous. I got butterflies in my stomach. Oh my God, the Crazy Ivan comes in doing work. Very, very nice. It's fun to see those kind of plays from Soviet and Allied. I don't mind, like, the Crazy Ivans, even a Navy SEAL. They're expensive and a little bit difficult. I think they make sense. The NG rushing specifically is what really bothers me. I don't think there's anything left in that flag track. So, Chronosphere ready to rock and roll. He's repairing the BFs. He's ready to go. He's got his spy satellite back up. The Rhino's back in again from Latov. The constant harassment. Chronosphere blasted off right at the service depot. Oh, right behind the paradrop. The 1-2 punch. The paradrop was there to clear the landing zone. The BF's rolling in now uncontested. Latov now going to go for a base trade. Latov now in Tim's base. You see those tanks are AFK. He's trying to defend on the home front. He brings out a Tesla coil. Not going to work. He's now bringing out the drones. Oh, the BFs are droned, but the repair IFVs. The Rockies trying to hold it down the back end and the Mirage tanks as well. So Tim will hold on the backside. Yeah, the BF doing work, and look at the paradrop on the backside. A very, very beautifully choreographed attack, and hats off to Tim for being able to hold on the backside as well. And yeah, so Tim gonna be taking home this first one, and yes, this is with the power plant buff. And you guys unfamiliar with that, we added it into Yuri's Revenge Quick Match this month as well. So basically the Allied power plant is building slightly faster, generally because the Allied power plant costs more than the Soviet power plant. It builds slower than the Soviet power plant. So Allied does have that power plant buff, and it looks like that's all that Tim needed. First one on the board. Here we go, point number two now. So we got Latov up in the top right. We got Tim in the bottom left. So this map is pre-captured. It pre-captures your corner oil, your back oil. So, oh, it's 3 oils total? Wait. This is red. Oh, this is yellow. So yeah, so top side gets top left, bottom side gets bottom right. All right, so the oils do pre-capture. Midwest, tempted to download. Hey, we'll be happy to have you, Midwest. I think it's time for you to get back in here, man. Been about 15 years. A lot of people in that same boat, guys. Yeah, I know a lot of players kind of say something similar to that, but yeah, you know, these new brackets, these tournaments every month, we got divisions for all skill levels. It's a fun way to, I mean, obviously you can always just hop on and play quick match, but the tournaments are kind of fun, you know, a little monthly challenge is always a good time. So, Tim with the 1-point lead here. It is best of 5, so not much wiggle room. Now, I know we've talked about before, guys, traditional show matches, traditional Yuri's Revenge, you know, it's very common to see best of 15, best of 17, really long series like that. And you know, obviously it's kind of players for players. The top level guys, you know, really like watching those really long series. But the smaller stuff, I think, is going to make this content a little bit more accessible to some of the people on YouTube, a little bit more casual, people who haven't played in a while. These best of 5s, I think they end up will be like maybe a 30, 40-minute game. So I think that's, you know, that's the idea, trying to get this in front of more of those fringe people. You know, try to get games that cater to the more casual player and spectator. More people playing and watching Red Alert 2. It's as simple as that, RA to the moon. And of course, if you guys are looking for more Red Alert 2 action, be sure to check out redalert2.com. Redalert2.com, you can follow a lot of other streamers, other players doing stuff. MJ and Matt over at Fortune Chaos, they have a big tournament going on in December as well. Traditional Yuri's Revenge and Red Alert 2 stuff, so be sure to give them a follow. It's going to be a good December. We got a lot going on this month. So, Rhino's over to harass that bottom side. Tim a step ahead now with the GGI IFVs to try to slow things down. These miners are a bit exposed, and Latop looks like he's going to try to dive on him. Ooh, he microed that miner out of the way. Look at him chronoing these miners to keep him alive here. Very nice unit control from Tim there. The GGI IFVs chipping away on these Rhinos. Man, this is a little harder to keep track of compared to Blitz. A lot of map to follow here, a lot of map. And of course, guys, yeah, for any of you guys missing it, we do, of course, are running the Blitz tournament this month as well. So we'll have Blitz and Yuri's Revenge action. And next month, we're going to have traditional Red Alert 2. Red Alert 2, Yuri's Revenge, and Blitz. The trifecta next month. That's the idea, anyway. Paradrop, backside, flak track already chipping away on him. And those GGI IFVs, that Rhino's never going to make it home. He's never going to make it home to tell the story. Paradrop cleaned up, no damage done. Okay. All right, so we do see, yeah, so we do see, oh no, Battle Lab out now, so pretty similar from Tim here. I think last time about the 3.5 minute mark, that's where we're at when we started seeing the BF's Battle Lab come out. We'll see if he goes right into a Chronosphere here. He's on 3K, I think a Chronosphere could be coming very soon. Certainly proved to be effective that last game. Oh, I didn't realize that. Oh, sorry guys, so I missed it. So that was, Latov did lose his expansion top left, damn it. Yeah, it's always fun to see an allied player. You know, a lot of in traditional, you do see a lot of kind of just Sov versus Sov action. So fun to see a good allied player in here. Allied versus Soviet is kind of how I think the game was meant to be played. They're always fun to see. I'd kind of thought about doing this series, forcing players to do different factions, but I don't want to alienate the top guys. You have a lot of these top-level players who've been playing for a long time. They have a way they like to play, and I don't like to try to put too much on their plate, making them play Blitz, and then I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a regular tournament, but I'm going to pick your faction. So we're letting these guys run wild a little bit in the traditional Yuri's Revenge bracket here, choosing their own factions, but just doing a smaller map pool and smaller series to try to kind of, you know, focus the action. That's the idea. BF now geared up. Rhino's coming, bit of fodder in the mix as well. Chronosphere out now, about a minute and a half or so on that Chronosphere. And now the Iron Curtain out. Nice stretch from Latov getting up to that top war patch. Yeah, it's one component obviously you don't see in Blitz is the importance of kind of expanding your base out to get on new ore patches, stuff like that. Rhino's coming again. Latov definitely putting some pressure on this bottom right expansion. It's a great idea, trying to contain the allied player, trying to cut off some of his economy. Ooh, bad pathing there. 2 Rhinos get out of position, and Tim there to gobble them up. Handful of Rhinos, not enough to really make anything happen here. Possibly just going to see Tim kind of delay this position until he can get some offensive value with his Chronosphere. And of course, you know, you don't have all the faction bonuses here compared to Blitz, so, you know, if you're playing as America, yeah, you get what America gets. That's why we're not going to see, obviously, any snipers or anything like that. Obviously, you Blitz players, you're used to seeing the Eagles, the snipers, and the paradrops. Not the case. Force shield a bit early there. Latov going to stroll right on by, but the BF's a bit out of position. Might have lost that MCV if not. Hops down to the bottom side. Yeah, the Rhinos got to keep moving. They got to keep moving against these BFs. Oh, they are going to get a little bit cornered here. They are going to get a little bit cornered. Chronosphere now about ready to go. The Rhinos just on a scenic tour. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Oof. All right, this is my first Yuri's Revenge streaming match in a long time. I'm going to get on the ball here. I'm going to get on the ball. We did miss this. Okay, we did miss that. Oh, fuck. God damn it. I missed the MCV getting hit. Oh, my God. We're living and learning, boys. I'm going to get better. Stick with me. MCV goes down. Chronosphere's ready to rock and roll. Iron Curtain's in first now. It's going to be a little bit tricky here. He chronos anyway. Now going to go for the MCV. We are in a base trade position. Tim doesn't have anything back at home to defend. The BFs are cleaning up on the backside, though. Yeah, this is going to be a full base trade here. Yeah, full base trade position. Tim pumping Rocketeers. No War Factor on the backside. Latov's going to take this one home. His base is so spread out right now. He is down to his last War Factory, which I find to be absolutely hilarious, but these Rhinos are just not contested enough. And oh, the Elite BF. Oh, and look at that. Latov's calling the militia. The miners are being called from their fields into battle. Okay, so neither player's producing right now, and Latov pulls back. Very, very interesting calculation. You would only see this at the top level for a player to realize, hey, I have more. Let's just pull back, not blunder this, and slow the position down. Very, very good decision making from Latov if he can just take this one out. Now, oh, and Latov can build flak troopers. So the radar, this exact scenario, right, with no radar is kind of funny because the Soviet player doesn't have any anti-air in that position. So if there's no radar, there's no anti-air, the Rockies would be uncontested. But even then, those 5 Rockies would never be able to take out this whole base in time. So Tim going to call GG. Latov taking that one home. And another wacky one. These guys put on a good show for us. All right, so here we go. Latov now, yellow, bottom right. We do have Tim red, top left. There's no tech on this map. Pretty simple. And if you guys who haven't really seen it before, obviously there's some kind of early gymnastics. Once you get over these early patches, you do need to kind of build around, try to get on some of these other patches, try to get down. We oftentimes see a fight for the middle. Oftentimes you'll see an MCV move, some action concentrated in the middle zone here. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this match. That is not the right screen. I'll tell you how you guys are feeling after this point. It is 1-1, best of 5 action rolling on here. Yeah, does Marco... Did someone just say does Marco... Marco still plays? Marco still plays. Marco still plays. Yeah, so Yuri's Revenge versus Red Alert 2. It's a very, very interesting conversation. So all of my branding and stuff, I always say RA2. Obviously, I was RA2 Cash Games. You know, my website, Red Alert 2 is redalert2.com. I'm calling it the RA2 World Series. So to me, it's like you have Red Alert 2, and then you have like Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge, and then you have Red Alert 2 Yuri's Revenge Blitz. So they're all kind of obviously off of each other. But in the actual community, the hardcore community of players, when you say Red Alert 2, you mean Red Alert 2. You don't mean Yuri's Revenge. They are very different things. And there's a lot of debate about which one's better, which really threw me as a surprise early on. I was just kind of like, oh, well, obviously everyone likes Yuri's Revenge better, but no one wants to use Yuri. So you play Yuri's Revenge, you use no Yuri. But that's not the case. There's a lot of small differences. So even production speed, like the production of tanks, the speed of tanks, stuff like that is different. So we are going to see Latov move his MCV down, get on those gems early on. Oh, and Tim moving his MCV behind. There's a drone out right now. Oh, but he's protecting. Ah, very nice. He's got the IFV clearing the path here. That's a little scary moving the MCV when there's a drone on the loose here. So now both players in the center. So yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is the top level players, statistically speaking. Oh, Navy SEAL on the backside forces the undeploy on the MCV. So remember, guys, Navy SEALs cannot blow up an undeployed MCV. Tanya's can, though. Tanya's can take out moving units. But so the undeploy there to counter. Now look at both these guys, naked MCVs in the center. 2 rhinos, though. Can Tim hold this? He's calling the 3 GIs. The GIs, the Grizzly, there is a pillbox here. It's a pretty low body situation. The pillbox will get a lot done here. Latov calling in the conscripts as well. Gonna try to put some pressure on this early position. Obviously, that's what you want to do with the Rhino advantage here. But Tim, Tim can hold here. He's just way behind on his Grizzlies at the moment. Tim's got more money in the bank, though. He can afford to keep pumping these pillboxes. All right, pillbox out, GI's out, defensive paradrop. Yeah, so it looks like Tim will be able to hold this position. Nice unit control going after that smoking Rhino. Does get it. Very, very nice. And now both players, hey, look at that. Now we're playing Blitz. Now we're playing Blitz. Now it all fits on one screen. I can take a break. Nothing for me to miss now. Just kidding. I'll definitely miss something on the backside. Don't worry, guys. I'm on the ball. I'm on the ball. GI's pushing in now. Of course, these are... Oh, that's another big difference. Yuri's Revenge versus Red Alert 2. The GIs in Yuri's Revenge are like OP Rambo units. In Red Alert 2, they literally have BB guns. If these were Red Alert 2 GIs, it doesn't matter. You just repair the building, they'll never destroy it. It's not that bad, but it's really bad. Yuri's Revenge GIs are super, super strong in Yuri's Revenge versus Red Alert 2. That's one big difference. Unit build speeds and stuff. And then, of course, the bonus units. Things like BFs, robot tanks, Boris, you know, random shit like that. Navy SEAL. Navy SEAL is actually a pretty viable unit because it's radar tech compared to Battle Lab tech, the Tanya. You know, Tanya's, you know, so obviously the Navy SEAL being able to come out early game, very nice. That makes a big difference, obviously. Rocky's now out for Tim. Tim on 3K. Latov struggling a little bit financially here. Oh, I always forget that. I always forget in traditional, you get a couple miners dumping loads like that, and then it's just your money goes up so quick. So both players looking pretty smooth on their economy. And yeah, so for all that we've done in here, both players still chilling. Chilling in the center zone, playing the tiny map. Rhino's still coming. 1 War Factory for Latov, 1 War Factory for Tim, and Tim's over to Battle Lab Tech, and so he used the paradrop here. You see it back at the War Factory. That means he's got the BFs coming. He's using that paradrop to get some free units. Yeah, and this one's devolving into a knife fight. I like it. And Tim's going downfield. Tim, where are these Grizzlies going? Tim feeling very, I don't know, very strong right now to pull his Grizzlies out of position. The Rhinos are going to take advantage of that. He's going to dive on the MCV here. I don't think this is the move. 3 Rhinos, right? It's really, you need 4 Rhinos to try to dive on an MCV. 3 is just too slow, in my opinion, which is wrong. My opinion was wrong. He had all the time in the world, to be fair. Tim kind of was asking for that one. Pulled his Grizzlies on a scenic tour on the right side. Latov went right in and took down that MCV. Very, very close, though. And that certainly could be the game. Tim wasn't able to get his Chronosphere out, which we saw do wonders for him offensively in the last 2 points. He does have the BFs out. He has his Battle Lab. He has his Barracks. But as losing the center position is so tough. And Tim's certainly not going to be able to hold that center presence here. But nice microing those miners, getting him out of harm's way. BFs now coming, but are they a little too late to the party? We shall see. Rocky's in as well here. No anti-air. So going to try to pick on those sentry guns, try to clear out those sentry guns for the BFs. Yeah, Tim's in the pressure cooker, right? The ball is in Tim's court here. He has to make something happen here fast. And Latov, you know how Latov feels in this position. Latov's like, if I can just hold this, I will win the game. So the question is, can he hold the elite flat track out just in time, take out those Rocketeers? Both BFs go down. Essentially no offensive value there for Tim. You got to think the GGs will be coming here. But you're on a War Factory, you're on a Barracks, AFC, Battle Lab. Yeah, Tim will make him try to convert this position, but it would certainly require a blunder from Latov. Latov only on 2 War Factories, though. Didn't Tim have a War Factory back in his base? Did he lose that? So it does force that refinery to go down. So Tim now losing his presence in the middle here. So a couple more BFs coming in. Yeah. Rocky and a Harrier. Tim's got some money. He's got power. He's got full production. But it's just kind of hard to make this offensive push here. Yeah, a Tesla coil would be nice here. So you're going to see Latov baiting now a little bit, trying to draw those BFs in. One important thing to remember is that when you're on ore or gems, your units do move slower. That makes a big difference with these BFs. Obviously, you want to keep them in the open field. So attacking over ore is very tough. And another BF. Look at the BF running away. Run, BF. BF goes down, and Tim's got another wave coming. Yeah, Tim's got another wave of BFs coming. Rocky's now splitting on the top side. Tim making him work for this here. Yeah, you guys, I cast so much blitz, I kind of forget these. I expect the Rhinos to build faster. You know, I expect like that's Latov's Rhino wave just to be counter punching, but the counter punch speed is so much slower. You know, in Blitz, it's like you counter an attack, you can be on the other opponent's doorstep in a second, and the game's very different here, and it's fun. It plays completely differently. It's fun. I'm excited to start doing some more regular Yuri's Revenge again. Very different games. So 4 Rhinos. Latov downfield trying to get some offensive value here. Latov maybe proving to get a little too impatient here. Does force the miss on that flag track. Very nice. But Latov, I mean, up an MCV in this position, he could pretty comfortably pull back, you'd think, and just kind of mass up, posture up on the map, really get a strong economy underneath him, get 10 War Factories and Iron Curtain and win this game. But as it stands, Latov, I don't think, can really be getting much offensive value. It's a little bit frustrating as the Soviet player, just because the Allied player has so many juicers, right? Any single one of those buildings, if Latov was able to take it, would be catastrophic. If he could just get the War Factory, just get the Battle Lab, just get the AFC, something to slow Tim down. The Battle Lab ultimately looking the most juicy. As soon as that goes down, it cuts off Tim's BFs. He's going to pretty much be offensively out of this game. All right, so Tim, but that's the thing is, so Tim's the one who has to try to push the topic here. Now attacking with the BFs, and Latov going to head downfield. That's looking like, oh, he's going to pull back here. He doesn't want to lose this MCV. That's for sure. 2 BFs, a third BF, a bit out of position. Rhino's a little strung out, but not going to matter. You got to think this MCV is looking juicy, but he doesn't want to go head to head with these Rhinos. Nice unit control from Tim. As soon as a BF goes down, he's deploying and using those GIs that come out of it. BF going topside now. This BF's going to go, oh, this BF's going to melt some miners, I think, boys. This BF's gonna melt some miners. Oh, I forget the BF can run over tanks. I totally forget about that mechanic. Running over miners in the bottom side. You love to see it. That BF certainly causing some problems as a paradrop comes on that top side. And Tim's got another wave coming. Oh my god. And at this point, Latov, I don't know. Latov needs to be seriously considering making a dive on this battle lab. I mean, Tim without an MCV looking pretty tough here. I don't know. I don't know. All right, Rhino's coming. Plenty of BFs to hold. This is the biggest BF wave we've seen get geared up from Tim so far. Yeah, and Latov, what is Latov building? Have you guys seen on Rambo, the Chinese platform? You can see what the players are building. Really, really cool to see. It'd be interesting to see what Latov's doing right now. Latov's starting to go bare on some of his ore patches, so now he needs to kind of consider like a restructuring, try to go to some more ore. He doesn't have enough tanks to push here, that's for sure. Oh, and those BFs cut him off. Nice unit control. Nice unit control from Tim. Those Rhinos get nothing. And that was only half of his forces. The other Rhinos are headed downfield. This base is looking a little juicy, guys. The elite flat track not going to do anything. The Tesla coil goes down. The MCV's exposed. And Tim, without an MCV, finally pays it back. Oh, he doesn't get the MCV. Oh, he does get the MCV. I forget those things the GGI range on those. Very, very nice. Gets the MCV. Going to take a War Factory with it. And now, is Tim going to keep the pressure on? Oh my god, you love to see it. Ninja shit, boys. That's what it's about. Being down in MCV. Oh, the battle lab went down. Damn it. I missed it. I missed it. When I left, there was like 2 Rhinos in this base. All right, so Tim is down the battle lab. This is all he has left. These BFs are all he has left. Paradrop again. This time it probably will be able to get that War Factory. Oh my god, that's Latov's last War Factory. This is Latov's last War Factory, you guys. He's gonna get it. That War Factory's done. Latov has no War Factory. Oh my god. Wow. And the miners being called in from Latov to try to slow things down. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Tim's still producing. And Tim pulls it out. You love to see it. You love to see it. That's always a fun one. All right, guys. So we got Latov on the bottom right here. We got Tim in red topside, sticking with the Allied versus Soviet. Again, this is all part of the Red Alert 2 World Cup. We have Yuri's Revenge and Blitz. The prelims going in the first 10 days of the month. Then we move into the semifinals middle of the month. And the finals are at the end. So all the divisions just play throughout the month. The sign up is over for the tournament. If you do want to get listed as an alternate, we do have players dropping out. So DM me. But yeah, all the games are just scheduled at the player's own convenience. So we're going to have a lot of games, guys. This is by far the biggest tournament I've ever ran. We have 44 prelim games. Because there's Yuri's Revenge and Blitz. There's 5 divisions in each. So it's like literally 44 prelim games happening in the next week. So we do have some other people streaming as well. Doofus is going to be streaming. Maybe some other guys hopping in. So going to be a lot of good games. I'm excited to see how it all boils down for both Yuri's Revenge and Blitz. Starting off the Yuri's Revenge division here with some bangers. This is always fun to see. It's always fun to see some good Allied versus Soviet action. Hopefully Latov's not getting too annoyed. Again, Latov is a ride or die traditional Red Alert 2 player. He does not really like Yuri's Revenge. So, you know, it was nice him coming out and playing. There's a lot of players who won't do it. There's a lot of top-level players who will not play Yuri's Revenge. They'll only play Red Alert 2. So, again, next month, guys, we are going to be having a Red Alert 2 division as well. So we'll get everyone out here. Everyone playing, more people playing and watching Red Alert 2. That's what it's all about. Oh yeah, the prediction. 82% of you guys on Latov, the Deso King. He is down 2-1 here. It is best of 5. If Tim can win this, he will be sending Latov on his way into the loser division. Winner of this is going on to play Marco. For the semifinal game to go into the championship. Rocketeer out now from Tim, so a slightly different opening here. We haven't really seen this Rocky before. Maybe just didn't get a good scout. Maybe going to try to do some harassment here. Early Rocky can be a little bit annoying. Yeah, you can try to pick on a power plant. Oh, flag track already out. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Yeah, and again, yeah, this is gonna be pretty standard stuff. You guys know it better than me. If someone's doing something unstandard, if someone's doing a weird build, let me know. But this is all pretty tried and true. Each map kind of has a meta as exactly how you need to build early on to get on those early ore patches. And these two players, obviously, yeah, there's no guesswork involved, especially with a small map pool like this. There's only 7 maps in the World Cup. That was meant to be for lower level players to have a little bit easier time hopping in. Traditionals, quick matches, a ton of maps. So that's why we're going to try to do these tournaments. The idea is to do smaller map pools. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'll let the pros play with the full map pool. They can use any map they want. They all know them anyway. But I think maybe like the lowest division, we just do like Heck Freezes Over. Like every month we do a noob tournament on Heck Freezes Over for like the brand new players, and then we let the rest of the guys bang out. Dog on the backside takes a couple of those GGIs. That makes a big difference early on. The infantry defense is pretty critical here for Tim as the Rhinos roll in here. Going to click down that IFV. Now needs to, oh, yeah, that third Rhino pops. Laptop going to be forced to pull out here. He's going to try to work outside the range of that pillbox, try to get a miner. And again, Tim, beautiful, beautiful unit control here. Microing these miners out of harm's way and saving those miners is so critical early game. If you do get your economy thrown off by some early miner harassment, you can spend the rest of the game trying to catch up on it. So now the BFs are out again. We're at the 3.5 minute mark. Tim's done it twice. It's worked. He's going to keep doing it. What is the counter here for Latop? What does he do about these BFs? We are seeing Tim Latop, I think, a little bit more of an aggressive build here. I think he has these 3 war factories certainly sooner than before. Radar out now, so we will see some Desolators from the Deso King. Desolators can be tricky against BFs. They're definitely viable, but BFs can handle quite a bit of radiation. So Rhino is trying to keep the pressure on here from Laptop on the top side, going to continue to harass those miners. At the very least, he's definitely requiring some micro and some attention from Tim. Laptop now going to sneak on the bottom side with 4 Rhinos. Tim didn't see him. I didn't see him. But the BF down there to defend. Needs to be a bit careful here. Did he get 1 miner? I don't think he did. Again, I don't think he got one of those miners. Tim is just is chronoing those miners out of harm's way in perfect time. Rhinos on the left, Rhinos on the right. Neither enough to really get too much done in this position, but I like the pressure that Latop's doing here, trying to keep the action on Tim's side of the map. Once those BFs start edging in, obviously we've seen things go south for Latop. Latop out now with a battle lab. Keep an eye on the bottom right. I think we will see an Iron Curtain coming here shortly. Rhinos popping on the left. Rhinos now geared up on the right. 2, 4, 6 Rhinos here, 4 BFs to hold. Plenty for Tim to defend with. And I think Tim's going to be pretty comfortable here. Tim's going to be pretty comfortable playing defensively and using his Chronosphere to get offensive value. Rhino's going to hop in. The BF's a little bit out of position here. They get 1, but these BFs are just devastating. 4 BFs like that, even if they're not running, even if they're just sitting in one position, I mean, how many Rhinos would you need to beat 3 BFs, even if they weren't running? Definitely need a handful. Another batch geared up. Now, Iron Curtain for Latop. Now, the one problem is Tim is a little bit contained. He's going to be running out of ore soon, and he's going to be forced to spread out from this zone. He has a pretty, easily defended position at the moment. Rhino's going topside to work on those miners. BF's on the bottom side. Latop, this Iron Curtain's not going to be coming in time, so Latop's going to have to pull all of his miners, bottom right, get the miners out of the way. He's going to lose 1 miner into a Tesla coil. Beautiful Tesla coil from Latop here. Latop holding that position. Top side, doesn't look like those Rhinos from Latop got much done. Latop, keep an eye on his money, guys. $1 in the bank. That's never a good sign, especially at this point in the game. But there was maybe just a momentary lapse in his economy as those miners shifted positions there. All right, Chronosphere ready. Oh, and these defenses from Tim are absolutely incredible. These low body situations, what he's able to do with his GIs, his GGIs, and his pillboxes, very, very impressive. And the Rhino's just, Latop, he's poking and prodding. He's just not able to find a gap in the armor. Now 1 Rhino on the top side, that's not going to work. All right, Chronosphere. Oh, Iron Curtain comes in. He doesn't. Oh, he's going to try to Chronosphere the MCV. He was going to try to chrono 1 MCV and 1 BF. The Iron Curtain comes in. He blows it a little bit early. He's going to go for the Battle Lab. The Force Shield. Oh, he Force Shields at the last second. Very, very nice. That's going to use most of the timer on that Iron Curtain. So Latop not able to get much done. He gets the Chronosphere. So he does get the Chronosphere. The Elite Rhino comes out. He's now cleaning up. Going to go after these miners. They're looking juicy. Tim trying to micro them out of harm's way. 1 BF up to help defend now. That Elite Rhino's looking nice. He's got 2 vets in this group as well. If he can get another Elite, it would be a huge swing here. but Tim already on his heels, going to keep the pressure on. 3 rhinos, one of them's elite. You know the MCV's going down. Tim's forced to sell the MCV, and Latov going to continue to keep the pressure on here. That Battle Lab's looking juicy. It's smoking, but Latov just wants to do this one the old-fashioned way. Clicks down the BF first. The War Factory's going down. Tim is no longer producing, and you guys know what that means. Do I even have to say it? Do I even have to say it? We got ourselves a barn burner, boys. 2-2, best of 5. What a day to be alive, boys. What a day to be alive. And the barn is officially burning. Match point here, Soviet versus Allied. Match of the century is what the people are saying. If you are catching this one on YouTube, enjoying the action, like, comment, and subscribe. It's free for you. It helps me immensely. Trying to get the content in front of more people. Dropping a GG in the comment section tells the algorithm that you're liking the content, and then it suggests it to more people. More people see the videos. More people play Red Alert 2. RA to the moon. We slowly take over the world. Age of Empires 2, $2 million tournament sponsored by Red Bull in a castle. That could be us. We came out at the same time. We're just as good as them. Westwood went bankrupt. We're playing down on ships. Red Alert 2 needs a comeback. We're going to do it. Red Alert 2 is going to have a comeback. It's all up to us. It's all up to us. I'm currently about 1 million followers short of my goal of 1 million followers. But hey, give me another decade. All right. So Latov and Tim, keys to victory here. Obviously, we saw from Latov in that last point, needs to control Tim's tech. Once the BFs are out and the Chronosphere's out, things go south for Latov. Very, very tough. So we'll see if Latov can try to get some early pressure. Latov, you see what he's trying to do. He's coming in early, trying to harass those harvesters, trying to take advantage of his early rhinos. But Tim just doing such an incredible job defending, using the GGIs, the GGIs, the pillboxes, everything at his disposal, and of course the micro from these miners from Tim. An absolute work of art here. That's always fun to see. You don't see a lot of top-level allied play, so that's a component you don't see very often. The microing, the chronoing, the miners. But always fun to see here. So, that Rocky out again, just doing a little bit of scouting here. Yeah, this map, I'm not super familiar with this map. I like it, though. I like it. There's a lot going on here. A lot going on. No tech, though, of course, if you guys who aren't familiar. Nothing too crazy going on here. Pretty straight up map. Pretty straight up map. Look at this one little path. That one little cell. One cell path. That's kind of fun. I need more one cell paths. So after this game, guys, I'm not sure what else we got on the schedule for today. Hopefully try to get another game in after this. But then, of course, tomorrow we got the free-for-all World Cup games. Big Betty World Cup tomorrow. It's going to be the exact opposite of this. This is 2 of the best players in the world playing the traditional game. Tomorrow is the Big Betty World Cup playing a stupid map. But it's also great players. We're going to have Kian, Luke, Artie, and Zed. So it should be fun. MCV new move now from Latov. And I forget what else we have tomorrow. We got something else tomorrow. We got another, I think, a Pro Blitz game tomorrow. And then Sunday, we got a couple Pro Yuri's Revenge games. So stick around all weekend long. If you guys are watching this one on YouTube, you're like a week or 2 behind schedule. But that's okay. We still care about you guys. You won't even know it. You won't even know you're behind schedule. MCV on the move now. Nice little patch there. Going to get some gems. Going to get some ore. Tim now out with the Chronosphere. Tim out now with the Chronosphere. BF's out. And this is the earliest BF we've seen from Tim dialing in this build now. The 3-minute mark, the BFs are already getting juiced up here. MCV from Latov. MCV move from Latov. Looking pretty nice. Looking pretty nice. Latov's got a pretty strong economy behind him. 3, 5, 2, 3, 4... 7 miners. 7 miners out. He'll get another refinery off the MCV. BF's coming early Chronosphere, though, so about a minute real-time, minute and a half real-time before this Chronosphere is going to be ready. So what can Latov get done before then? Latov's bringing the Rhinos down now. Couple different things, to try to slow down this Chronosphere. Obviously, you can attack the Chronosphere directly. You can also try to bait a Force Shield. If the Force Shield comes out, it puts him low power. You can just attack the power. A lot of different ways to do it, but we've seen this story before many times, and it doesn't usually go in Latov's favor. Although with that being said, obviously 2 points on the board for Latov. So we'll see what he can get done here. 4 Rhinos. Is he getting a split ready? Couple more Rhinos at home. He's on 3 War Factories. Bunker on the backside. Yeah, he's getting ready for this Chronosphere. Wherever you're the weakest, that's where the Chronosphere is going to strike. We have seen Tim use a spy satellite before just to open up the whole map and make sure you can see everything and try to get as much value as possible out of that BF Chronosphere. So it looks like he's going to keep 2 BFs to defend. maybe 2 BFs at home. And then I love the Engineer IFVs. Love the Engineer IFVs. Those are always so, I mean, to be using those tactically is not something that, you know, you're particularly used to with Allied, but certainly certainly a good weapon in the arsenal, especially against drones. That's the biggest thing, and that's probably when you see him the most anyway. So he is going to Chronosphere the MCV, guys. Match point. Look at this Chronosphere. Look how many things are geared up. That is 5 BFs, the MCV, and the IFVs. Now, Tim doesn't even have to protect his base. Tim doesn't have to protect his base. He's going to go right in. He has his MCV with him. So Tim can lose his whole base right now. It doesn't even matter. Takes out, melts Latov's MCV and expansion. Latov now building siege choppers. I have no idea why he's building siege choppers. There's nothing to defend here. So even if Latov takes out this whole base, it doesn't matter because Tim has his MCV with him. Now an offensive paradrop, gonna roll right in, and the drones aren't gonna work here because he's got the engineer IFVs. Tim has everything he needs in this position. He is gonna try to pull these rhinos back, but this isn't Blitz, guys. These rhinos are on like a 10-day mission to get home. BF's rolling through absolutely uncontested here. Latov left with a handful of rhinos who won't even be able to make it back in time to get anything done. Tim pulls it out, match point with the Chrono MCV BFs, and hopefully Latov doesn't get frustrated and never play Yuri's Revenge again. But Tim certainly showing, you know, the different tools that are in the Yuri's Revenge arsenal compared to RA2. Of course, those BFs getting so much done here in all of the games. Ultimately, it was BFs versus Rhinos. And yeah, Latov's just not quite able to find an answer here. But Tim's a beast. Like I said, guys, Tim is a beast and certainly the underdog in this match. You guys had him. Only 18% of you voted on Tim. Who are the lucky people taking home points on Tim? I don't have a button for Tim. I don't have a button for Tim. I don't have a winning screen for Tim. We'll just blow some confetti. Good job, Tim.